In this set of notes, we are going to be looking at the area of a sector and the area of a segment. First things first, what is a sector? A sector of a circle is the region bounded between two radii. In the visual that I have to the right, remember a radius goes from the center to the edge, center to the edge. So the area that we have in between those two radii would be considered the sector. To find the area of a sector, you need two pieces of information. You need your central angle theta, and you need your radius r. If your angle is in degrees, the area formula is A equals theta divided by 360 times pi radius squared. If your angle is in radians, your area formula is A equals theta r squared divided by 2. Or if you don't like the idea of having a fraction, you could multiply by 1/2 theta radius squared. You don't need to write both formulas down. You could just pick whichever formula you prefer to write for the radian formulas. So let's move on to example 1. I want you to go ahead and try to identify your angle, identify the radius, and identify the correct formula that you're going to be using, and plug it all into the correct formula. We're going to go over the answer here in just a moment. So in example 1A, our angle is in degrees. Our radius is 8 inches. And our area formula is going to be the one on the left side that we have written at the top of the page, because again, our angle is in degrees. So I'm going to start filling in information. We'll have A equals 60 divided by 360 times pi, 8 for the radius, squared. Now, pi is an irrational number. That means that it goes on forever and ever without an end. So I already know that when I put this into my calculator, I'm going to get a repeating decimal, well, not a repeating decimal, but I'm going to get an unending decimal. So I'm going to put a squiggly equal sign to represent that I am approximating my answer. I'm rounding my answer. Let's go ahead and type this into our calculator. 60 divided by 360. Make sure you get out of the denominator. Times pi 8 squared. I'm going to round my answer to 2 decimal places. 33.51. Then because our radius has units, it's measured in inches. Area, is area going to be measured in inches as well? Hopefully you said no. Area is a square unit. We are multiplying, like if you think about the area of a square, you multiply 2 dimensions, right? So area is a 2-dimensional space. It takes up area, not just a singular point. It's not just a length. So whenever you're calculating area, you should be dealing with square units. So I'm going to write inches squared. When we were doing the arc length, we just stuck with inches because a length is a singular unit, area squared. So if you need to write something like that at the top of your notes, length equals unit, example, inches, centimeters, miles, stuff like that. Area equals units squared. So an example would be inches squared, centimeters squared, miles squared. Eventually, we're going to get to volume. And volume is how we measure 3-dimensional objects. That'll be inches or units cubed. You can just go ahead and add a cube to all of those units that we have in the example. All right, let's make our way back to example 1B. Okay, I see my angle is 7 pi over 6, but I do not see a label on it. I don't see a degree symbol. I don't see radians. So what does it default to if we do not have our unit on our angle measurement? Radians. It's a really big word. So it takes up a lot of space when you're writing that in a diagram. That's why typically isn't written. And then our radius is 18 meters. Go ahead and fill out your formula for the radian measurement. For this measurement, I think I'm going to use the second formula where it's 1/2 theta. So in this case, 7 pi over 6 times the radius, which is 18. Go ahead and put that in the calculator. And we get, again, I'm going to round it to 2 decimal places, but if I do that, the 6 after will round that up to a 0.99, 32.99. And what are the units? The units would be meters squared. The unit should match whatever you have for your radius. And then area is squared. Example 2, find the area of the unshaded sectors from example 1A. Well, in example 1A, the radius is still going to be 8 inches. The angle, however, we are going to need to calculate because we are looking at the unshaded region, which means that we're looking at that angle measurement. How do we figure out that angle measurement? Well, the entire angle measurement of a circle is 360. This portion was 60 degrees. So if we take away the 60 from the 360, we should be left with the angle that we want. And we are left with 300 degrees. Go ahead and fill out your area formula for this one. It's the same formula as last time, but we just have a different angle. We're using 300 instead of 60. Let's see what value we get. Don't forget your units. $167.55 inches squared. For part B, again, the radius is still 18 meters. This time though, because we're working in radians, we need to remember what the entire radian measurement of a circle is. What is the entire radian measurement of a circle? 2 pi. So just like last time when we did 360 minus the angle that we had before, we're going to do 2 pi since that's the equivalent of 360 minus the 7 pi over 6 to figure out the remaining unshaded sections angle measurement. We are just going to go ahead and round this angle to a few decimal places. I'm going to take it out more decimal places than I've been doing my final answers. That way I can get my area to be more accurate. So 2 pi minus 7 pi over 6. I'm going to take that out to 3 decimals this time. which would be 2.618 if we round up. Radians, or rad for short. Go ahead and fill in your area formula, same as last time, except we are changing theta, we're changing our angle. Go ahead and put that in the calculator. And you know what? I'm just going to take it to all 3 decimal places. Oh, wait, I did not mean to divide by 6. I forgot to take that away. Okay, so 23.562, or if you just want to take it to the same 2 decimal places that we've been doing the whole time, you could just do 23.56. What are the units going to be? Again, same as last time, meters squared. Let's go ahead to talking about a segment of a circle now. A segment of a circle is the region bounded between an arc and a line segment that connects the arc's endpoints. So if I were to draw this fresh, I am just going to shade over an arc that is on the edge of the circle. There we go. And then I'm going to draw a line segment that would connect this endpoint of the arc with this endpoint of the arc. The segment is all of that in between the arc and that line segment. How do we find the area? Well, it's a little bit more work. To find the area of a segment, you would find the area of a sector, which, remember, like we have in this diagram here, is the radius to the edge of the circle, radius to the edge of the circle, and the area in between. And then we'd take away this area, that's the area of a triangle, and then we'd be left with just our sector. And taking away minus. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down the 2 formulas, whether we're in degrees or radians. If we are in degrees, area of a sector would be theta over 360 times pi radius squared minus the area of our triangle, the area formula of a triangle. What is it? 1/2 base times height. That's it. That'll get the area of our segment. If the angle is in radians, the area formula would be, you could either write your theta r squared divided by 2, or you could write your 1/2 theta r squared for your area of a sector. Minus, again, same formula for the area of a triangle, 1/2 base times height. Let's go ahead and use that to do example 2. Example 2 says to find the area of the segment below. What's our radius? 16. What's our angle? What is the angle measurement when we see a box like this? 90 degrees? So that's our theta. Let's go ahead and just start getting the area formula for our segment in degrees. So we'll fill out what we can so far. A equals theta, or 90, divided by 360. I'm not going to put the degree symbol in my calculator. Times pi radius squared. Then we're going to subtract the area of our triangle. 1/2. What is the base length of our triangle that we see in this diagram? 16. Yep, that would be this length here, 16. And what is the height of our triangle? Doesn't have a label on it, but do you notice how it goes from the center of the circle to the edge? What do we call that length that goes from the center of the circle to the edge? The radius. So this is also our radius and our height of 16. Okay, let's go ahead and put this calculation into our calculator. Again, because I have pi, I know I'm going to end up rounding. I should have kept the last one. Here we go. Minus 1/2 times 16 times 16. And we get 73.06. And because I don't see a unit on our radius, we're not going to put a label on this area. We'll just leave it as is, unless you wanted to write in general units squared. And that is it with this set of notes. Now that you're done, you can go ahead and work on your homework. You have the option to do it online on peer assessment or go to the teacher and get your paper homework.